Well, we're back home with Clifford with the, let's get around here, with the fresh pawpaw pipe installed. Been doing a little work on the razor, so we have to share the carport right now, but pawpaw pipe is installed. We just did that. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. But today, we're gonna work on pulling the trans out of Clifford. While Jordan and I were under the truck working on the pawpaw pipe, we discovered that the pump seal in the, or like the front, like where the bushing is, where the converter goes into the trans, was leaking a little bit. Kind of the pan and everything behind it was all grimy and nasty, and I just can't stand it. But anyway, on today's agenda is getting the trans pulled out of Clifford so we can get that seal fixed. We're actually gonna make some changes to the converter while it's out. You know, as we do with this thing, we basically learn more and more every time we take it out. And while we had it turned up, we discovered a few little things that we want to tweak. We've gotten a little bit better behavior on the brake due to some tuning, so we think we can tighten it up and get better top-end performance while also still being able to spool this thing. So, whirlwind of stuff. We're pulling this thing out, fixing the leak so I can drive it more, make improvements to the converter, and race better. So, let's get busy. Nala, what are you doing? What are you doing, Nala? I don't even know why I'm talking to the poor thing. She can't hear me. Poor little Nala's deaf. I don't know if I told you that, guys, in the very first video, but poor thing can't hear a thing. I mean, she can just barely hear stuff, but for all practical purposes, poor thing is deaf. Poor little pupper. Anyway, back to the truck. We, you know, keep things going. Put your lug nuts back, but visual inspection of the coilovers. Everything still looks good, by the way. None of the mounts are cracking or ripping. Everything looks good. All Gucci down there. So far, so good. Still not sold on it. Still not comfortable recommending it to anybody. But so far, so good. So let's roll under here and take a look at this leak I was talking about. See if I can show you guys. Oh, gotta crawl. Exhaust, still looking good. Anyways, this is where she's leaking at, right? Of course, the crossover pipe's gonna be in the way. Focus for me, there we go. It's leaking right where the converter goes into trans. So, I get to take advantage of the no torsion bar crossmember sooner than I expected. I think this thing only leaks when I'm running. That's why I didn't notice any drips on the carport. But when I got under here, the pan was absolutely covered, and you can see all this grime here. This was not this way before that, and like the transfer case, none of that black grime was there. All this stuff went back in clean the last time I had it out. So all that stuff was fresh. I was surprised to see it, and we're pretty sure that's where it's coming from. This area gets a little ATF on it whenever we're out driving around. Pan seal seems to be fine, so let's get this thing out and take it apart. So you guys let me know in the comments if you want to see me pull, like in the future, if you guys want to see me wrench on every single thing I want to do, whether you want to see me turning all the physical nuts and bolts or not, or whether you just want me to get the sucker out and get it down to Suncoast and show you what we got going on there. Because I can do either. I think today, just to save some time, just because I'm kind of in a hurry, I want to get to this thing to them as soon as I can this week, so that way they can get to work on it and hopefully get the converter parts that I want before this next coming up race. But anyway, I'm just going to tear it apart today, but for future reference, if you want to see the entire teardown, if you want to see all the nuts and bolts turned, let me know. If you think I can gloss over that stuff and save myself some time and just kind of focus in on key things that maybe are out of ordinary or not something you'd expect, or trouble areas, I can do that too. Just let me know. It's definitely a time saver if I don't have to film everything, but if there's something you guys want to know, I don't want to leave it on the table. I want to get it out there for you. So let me know. Whew. Trans is about 85% of the way out. I got pretty much everything loose, everything ready to come out, and I just wanted to stop and pause a second to tell you guys I am beyond thankful that the dadgum torsion bars aren't there, because at this point I would be pulling the transfer case in order to get this thing out, and right now I don't have to do that. I can drop it all down, get it on there, and I can roll it all out, which there I can take the transfer case out. So like I said in the coilover update video, if nothing else, that is a huge benefit. You know, maybe I jinxed myself or foreshadowing. I don't know. You know, I couldn't have predicted that I would have needed to pull the trans already this soon. But boy, it's already coming in clutch. All right, so the trans is down. It definitely only tried to roll off the jack about 47 times before I got it down. But thankfully, Allie was out here. She was able to give me a hand. So that's why she gets a ring on the finger. Helps on the pickup every now and then. Anyway, we're going to get this joker out and get a closer look at it. Well, Al, thanks for your help.
Anytime.
Her and Nala had to help me drag this thing out of here. It tried to roll off the jack, like I said. And anyway, they came to the rescue. We got it out. But here she is, just your old, regular old 4L80. Nothing crazy about it. But here's one thing I wanted to show you guys while I had it out. This is my grommet plug. As you can see, it worked pretty good until I pulled it out. Oh, man. Well, hey, at least what I wanted to show you does work. You can take an 8AN fitting, stuff it in where your dipstick goes, and you won't leak a lot of fluid on the ground like I did. Whoops. Sorry, Al. It's all right. I'll clean it up. Maybe I won't. And then 6AN caps here on the transmission cooler ports. Same thing on the lines. Put little plugs on either end. Definitely saves you a mess. As you can tell, I did pretty good. The only little bit that I spilled is right there out of that vent hose, just whatever was coiled up in that. Other than that, it wasn't too bad until I tried to be smart and show you guys something and ended up making a dadgum mess. But yes, you can take an 8AN fitting and shove it in where your dipstick goes, and it does a pretty good job of sealing things up. So now just to get the transfer case off, because we don't need to send that to Suncoast. It's in pretty good shape. But we're going to send all this back so that way we can inspect it before race week. We can fix the converter seal hub inside there. We can fix the bushing, whatever it is that's out of whack. We can probably go ahead and put a new pan gasket on it. Make sure everything's all good to go. And this unit will be ready for race week.
I would be fine never seeing that red transmission fluid ever again.
Come on. You haven't seen me pull this thing before.
This is only like the 10th time.
Oops. Oh well. Maybe it doesn't have to be 11. So while the trans and converter are down at Suncoast and they're going to finish up doing their magic, I'm actually going to steal some parts off of the Coyote OBS, the Kai OBS, and put them on Clifford to see if we can get this thing to the next step ready for Rocky Mountain Race Week. But that'll come up in another video. So in the meantime, I'm Diggins E71. Thanks for watching. Keep digging. We'll see you next time.